Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Welcome to the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite things, the 75th anniversary Atlantic from Acoustic Sounds, 45 RPM pressing. I am going to be doing a three-way shootout, so I hope you have time to hang out a little bit. But I thought it was important because I have three different versions here, and they're all different. So you've got this one here that I'm going to be comparing it to, which is the Rhino version, a 2010 release. And this one here is lacquers cut by Bernie Grundman. Okay. Then I've got another 2LP version, which has a mono and stereo. And I'm going to compare it obviously to the stereo here, but this right here was apparently cut by Kevin Gray. This one here is lacquer cut a coherent audio, pressed at optimal, and it says Kevin Gray it's mastered by, as opposed to the other one that was cut by Bernie Grundman, and they do sound a little bit different. So I wanted to compare that to this new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little background on the album, but I'm going to throw on this version here and start listening to it. And what I want to do is maybe listen to about 5 or 6 minutes of the first song, which is My Favorite Things. And then I want to just give my assessment of what I think about the three different pressings. Listening to it here on my RT85 with the Ortofon Blue, going through a shit Monty preamp into Yamaha HS8 speakers. This is the Rhino pressing here. This has already been cleaned, but I always like to just spray them off with some distilled water before I drop them on, just to make sure there's no dust or anything on there. This is the third album I think he did for Atlantic, Coltrane, and this was recorded in October 21st, 24th, and 26th of 1960, and this ended up being one of his most famous records. You've got Coltrane, of course, on soprano and tenor saxophone. You've got McCoy Tyner on piano, Steve Davis on double bass, the great Elvin Jones on drums. And this is the reason why I've got 3 copies now, is because this is definitely one of my favorite records. I am subscribed to this 75th anniversary. For those of you that haven't seen any of my other videos, I do pay a monthly to get the 75th anniversary, so I'll collect the whole collection. But this is definitely one of the ones that I'm really happy about getting. So I'm going to throw on this 2010 here version of Rhino and start listening to it. 33 RPM, of course. Now I'm going to play them all at the same volume here. And I'm going to open up the new one to show you to you. Open this up. Again, the thick jackets, beautiful printing. Typical packaging with the advertisement, the inner sleeve there, explanation of the catalog. Now this new one is mastered from the original analog tape by Ryan K. Smith. So we've got 3 different engineers to compare here. Go ahead and clean this one off as well. This is the 2022, I think. Yes, May 2022 is this version here, which is the deluxe edition. It has 2 LPs, mono and stereo. So I'll be cleaning that off, playing that one next. Very nice sounding pressing so far. There's a little bit of surface noise on this one. Every once in a while I'll hear a little tick. This is pressed at QRP. And again, the one we're listening to now is the Grundman cut. 2010 Rhino. I think this album, the piano sounds, was recorded better than it was on Giant Steps. Just listening to the tone of the piano. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put on the 2022 Deluxe Edition that was done by Kevin Gray. I mean, that's a pretty good sounding cut. There's a little bit of noise on the record here and there. It looks pretty clean. Overall, the sound quality is very good, I think. I mean, if I was just listening to that, and I would, enjoy listening to that. Now we're going to put on the same song from the Kevin Gray 2022 Deluxe Edition, and check that out and see how that sounds in comparison. Hopefully you guys can hear at least somewhat of the difference that I hear here. So, same volume, everything is... It's not quite as quiet of a pressing as the other one was. I can hear a little surface noise here and there. This is the Deluxe Edition. Of course, this comes with the mono version. And it does come with the booklet. So, if you like that kind of thing, that's a pretty nice package. It's not a gatefold though. These run for about 35 bucks, 40 bucks. Cost you. Again, it's a very nice listening experience. I think maybe on this there's not a ton of difference. I think I might be a little more piano sounds a little bit different, like maybe it's more bassy. The whole thing may be a little bit more bassy than the other one. I think I prefer the other one. Just overall, I think so far I prefer the Grundman cut a little bit better. This one is not as clear or something. It sounds more bassy. There's doesn't seem to be quite as maybe as atmospheric as the other one. Doesn't have that airy presence to it, and it doesn't sound quite as warm, in my opinion. Maybe that's what it is. it sounds a little bit more, a little harsher maybe. So I think between the Grundman, which is the one I played first, and this one, which is the Kevin Gray, I do prefer the Grundman cut so far to this one. All right, so what I'm going to do is take this one off, and I'm going to put on now the 45, the Acoustic Sounds new one. So all things being equal, I just think I enjoy the sound of the first one, that 2010 Rhino. I think I enjoyed a little bit better than this one. So okay. So let me go ahead and put this one back in the sleeve. And then, and the inner sleeves for these, for this is like a paper sleeve. It is a pretty nice sleeve as far as the lining goes. It's not going to scratch your record or anything. All right, so now we're going to put on the 45 RPM Acoustic Sounds. We're going to compare. Let me make sure I got this cleaned off again real quick. And we're going to let it play a little bit and see if there's a noticeable difference. Again, I thought that the 2010 Grundman cut Rhino, I just thought it had more of a presence to it. It kind of had more of a warmer atmosphere sound to it. The piano had just, everything sounded a bit clearer or something on that one. So let's put this guy on. Of course, it's going to be 45 RPM. Let's see how we look here. Okay, same volume, same everything. Again, wonderful packaging. Here's the other record. Right off the bat, it sounds much better. Definitely way better than a 2022. Yeah, very nice warm sound. Very nice warm atmosphere. Everything is very clear. See what happens when I hear the piano by itself. Yeah, the saxophone sounds fantastic over here. That harshness is gone on the piano that was on the 2022 cut. More similar to the first one, the Grundman. But I think this has an overall warmer presence and a really nice whole atmospheric sound to it. Makes it sound very alive. This is definitely, so far, would be my pick for sure. If I was gonna have to pick between these three, this one I think definitely is the winner. So this is the third Atlantic pressing for Coltrane, the first being Giant Steps, the second was Coltrane Jazz, My Favorite Things, and then Ole Coltrane. Coltrane Jazz, My Favorite Things, and Ole Coltrane are all 61 releases. Giant Steps, of course, 1960. After that, he would go into the impulse side of things with Africa Brass and the Vanguard recordings and Ellington and Coltrane and ballads and the Hartman record and all that stuff. This sounds really good. I think people are going to be happy with this. What I'd like to do while I'm here is go ahead and pull this back off and put that Grundman cut back on. I'd like to do that so I can get the Grundman as opposed to this one a little bit more in my ears instead of skipping through from the other one, the 2022. So let me go ahead and put that one back on. Okay, so I think for sure this guy's the winner, this 45 RPM from Acoustic Sounds. But what I want to do is put that Grundman cut back on from the 2010 Rhino after hearing this, and then getting a little bit better assessment of hearing them back to back versus skipping over to that, skipping through the other one. So let me put this back on. This is the Grundman cut from 2010 Rhino. I'm playing at 45 speed. That doesn't work so good. I don't know what it sounded like it was. All right, here we go. Yeah, the saxophone's not as clear, not as defined. It sounds good, but it's not as good as that 45 for sure. Still has a nice atmospheric, warm sound to it. It's not a bad cut. And again, that's that Rhino. This is the hype sticker that came with it. By Bernie Grundman from the original tapes. This is a pretty good sounding cut as well. I don't think it quite matches the new 45 RPM, but it's pretty good. If I was gonna have to go out of these three, I would definitely pick this one over the 2022 Kevin Gray. All right, so that's my assessment, folks. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna do the Stone Temple palettes on my next video. I'll be opening this one up and just playing it and just letting you know what I think of it. This is one of those ones that if I wasn't collecting the entire collection, this would probably be one I would not buy. But it's a pretty good album for 90s rock for me, and we're gonna see how it sounds. So I appreciate you joining me. Take care, happy listening to you all. Leave your comments. Talk to you later on. Happy listening again.